Video game loyalty programs emerged from bigger companies within the past few years, and gamers really enjoyed them. But you're starting to see sort of these companies realize that maybe this wasn't the smartest decision for their bottom line. Of course, you have smaller things going on like Amazon removing limited edition collector's editions from their Amazon Prime stuff where you could save money on brand new games. They've also stepped in and said that certain remakes and remasters will no longer be eligible for Prime discounts as well, but that's such a gray area because a game like Resident Evil 2 that's coming out is technically a remake. So is that going to be ineligible for purchase with the Amazon Prime discount? I guess time will tell. You of course have seen it with Best Buy with their Gamers Club. They pretty much ended that silently, and if you were able to renew your subscription to keep it active, they will acknowledge that. But otherwise, the Best Buy Gamers Club has also shut down, not allowing you to save money on brand new games. But GameStop is a company that's actually focused on video games. It's sort of in their name, GameStop. And of course, over the past few years, they've sort of been shifting away from the traditional video game business model by adding in things like ThinkGeek related stuff and all sorts of interesting merchandise, t-shirts, pop figures, action figures, all sorts of things. But GameStop is now the next company to put their loyalty program on the chopping block, and it's ending very, very soon. Depending on when you're watching this video, it may have already ended. So what is going on with GameStop, and how does this further exemplify their financial troubles that they're going through? Sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's get into what's going on with GameStop.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards!
So GameStop has multiple tiers when it comes to their loyalty programs. There's basically 3 different tiers that you are eligible to enter: the free tier, the pro tier, and the elite pro tier. Now the tier that we're going to be talking about today is the elite pro tier, because according to people that work at GameStop, according to Reddit, and according to many people on the internet, the elite pro tier is going away. And when is it going away? On August 1st, 2018. So I'm filming this video on July 30th at nighttime. So really you have like 1 day max to get your Elite Pro membership renewed. Now, why would you want to renew your Elite Pro membership? Well, there's actually some decent benefits to it. It costs $30 a year, and the stuff that you get is actually pretty cool. You get a point for every dollar spent in the store. You get a birthday offer. You get buy 2, get 1 free on pre-owned games as a welcome offer. You get a percentage off of pre-owned games and accessories. You get an extra percentage of extra trade credit on games, accessories, and technology. You get 12 issues of Game Informer magazine, exclusive Pro Day sales with over $4,000 in annual sales, collectibles welcome offer, and free 2-day shipping with a minimum purchase of $35. And like I said, that is the Elite Pro tier, and that supposedly is the tier that is going away, which will mean that the Pro tier is the main tier that they will be offering now. Now, the Pro tier is $15, and you get the points for every dollar spent. You get a birthday offer, you get buy 2, get 1 free pre-owned games welcome offer, you get 10% off of pre-owned games and accessories, 10% extra trade credit on games, accessories, and tech, Game Informer, and then you get the Pro Day discounts. Now with the Elite Pro membership, when you're talking about pre-owned games and extra trade credit, you actually get 20%. And like I said, it's only a $15 difference per year. So it's obvious that with GameStop's financial troubles that something like this was probably bound to happen. Because when you look at the individual things on here, it's pretty clear that they're probably not making money on their big money spenders. Going down each individual thing, the points for every dollar spent I don't think is a huge deal. Obviously that will add up. You get 30 points for every dollar spent, but still that's going to take quite a while for it to build up. The birthday offer, once again, you know, that could be anything. It's not a huge deal. But the buy 2, get 1 free pre-owned games welcome offer, that could be a little bit more impactful. You got to remember, GameStop makes most of their money on pre-owned game sales. So when you go in, that's why they push a pre-owned game to you so hard. They don't want you to buy the new copy of, you know, Wolfenstein 2 on the Nintendo Switch at $60. They would rather you buy the pre-owned copy at $55. Now, why is that? Because with new game sales, the profit margin on them is just so small. Like, let's face it, it is minuscule. We're talking $1 or $2 max when it comes to these things. And I know that because I used to work at GameStop as an assistant manager. Now, with pre-owned game sales, if you bring in a game and they give you $30 for that game and they turn around and sell it for $50, let's do basic math, that's a $20 profit margin for them. So it's definitely much more lucrative for them to push the pre-owned games. So constantly having having a new welcome offer of buy two get one free on pre-owned games, it could sort of add up pretty quickly, especially when you're talking about more expensive games. Now, of course, when you get a buy two get one free offer, it is definitely, the free game is always the lower price game. But if you end up getting 3 games at $50 a piece and you get $100 or $150 worth of games for $100, that's a $50 loss that they're having with their pre-owned stuff. Sure, they'll probably make it up by getting in more trades, but still, it does add up. Now, of course, the percent off of pre-owned games and accessories. Like I said, with the Pro membership for $15 a year, it's 10%. With the Elite Pro membership, it's 20%. So once again, you're sort of cutting into those profit margins there. If you're taking 20% off of a $20 game, that's $4 off of the price of the game. So that becomes a $16 game for the consumer. Once again, you're cutting into your major profit margins and what makes you money by offering this. At 10%, it'd definitely be a little bit less. You know, it's only $2 off, but at 20%, $4 off, that'll quickly add up. And then of course you have to talk about the extra percentage for trade credit as well. If you're getting a 20% increase in your trade value, that once again is cutting into the profit margins, because if you're spending more on these games, you're making less when you turn around and sell them. And since the Elite Pro membership offers 20% on that, once again, you're cutting into your bottom line. The 12 issues of Game Informer magazine is a complete wash in my opinion. Game Informer used to be cool in my opinion. I actually used to like the Game Informer magazine, but once we started selling it at GameStop as a part of, you know, the loyalty programs, I really lost interest in it because it became more of like an advertisement for GameStop, and it really seemed like they would push certain games. And when, you know, your district manager is telling you to push pre-orders on this game, and then it comes out in Game Informer and it gets a really good review, that kind of makes you wonder if there's some ulterior motives going on there. And I did notice that, so I sort of lost favor with Game Informer. I used to love how big the issues were and how big, you know, the magazine itself was, and the print on it was very nice, the pictures looked very nice, but still, it's pretty much just a walking advertisement for GameStop. Now, the free 2-day shipping is another thing. That's only offered in the Elite Pro membership. And let's face it, shipping is not necessarily cheap with stuff. That's why Amazon Prime is going up to $120 very soon, because of the free 2-day shipping that you get on most products from them. And of course, the fact that you get games released on the same day shipped to your house most of the time. Sometimes they don't show up, and that's kind of annoying. But really, it shows that, you know, they're probably losing out money on shipping these things with $35 offers or with $35 minimum spending on it. And all of these things adding up just really shows what GameStop is going through right now. GameStop is currently up for sale. They are trying to get rid of GameStop the way we know it. Now, if a company comes in and buys GameStop and keeps them operating the same way that they've been keeping them operating, then profits will continue to go down. By cutting away the Elite Pro membership, this is sort of a drastic thing to just sort of increase your bottom line, increase your revenue. And why are they doing it right now? Because they're selling the company and they want to have a better bottom line. They want to have better financials so that they can show potential investors, hey, you know, we're not doing that bad. Look at our profit margins have gone up, our used game sales have gone up, and stuff like that. And doing little things like this will add up over time. You got to remember how many GameStops there are in the United States alone, and doing things like that at each store, you know, I think there's over 7,000 in the United States alone. That will definitely add up over time. If you're cutting away things like free shipping, if you're cutting away things like extra trading credit, if you're cutting away things like buy two get one free sort of offers and things like that, and constantly offering a 20% discount on all pre-owned stuff, you're definitely going to start seeing more revenue from your used game sales, which, like we said, is the most important thing when it comes to GameStop. It's what keeps them in business and what keeps them afloat. They're not making money on the new games. That's why they're bringing in stuff like toys and t-shirts and accessories and all sorts of stuff like that. That's why they push the pre-owned games, because there's a bigger profit margin. And at the end of the day, GameStop is a business. So if this is actually hurting their bottom line, I could sort of see why they're doing this. But honestly, it's a shame. These loyalty programs are really cool, and I think they sort of help spur on, you know, more game spending. You know, when you could walk into Best Buy and get discounts on new products, when you could walk into GameStop and get a 20% discount on your games if they're used anytime you want without having to wait for, you know, special offers and stuff, and you get an extra trading credit, you know, I think it sort of helped them in some regards. I don't know that this will really help too much, because yes, it will initially help their bottom line. It will initially help things like that. But as the program starts to phase out, I don't think people maybe will be as inclined to trade in their stuff because they're not getting that 20% extra trade-in credit. So if your trade-ins go down, that means you have less used product. I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting to see how this plays out. I think initially it will definitely help GameStop. It'll definitely help with their bottom line. It'll definitely help with their revenue, which will make them more attractive to investors. And I think that's all they really care about right now, because I think that they think that they're going to be sold. They are going to be remodeled. They are going to be redone. And more than likely, some of these locations that you have are going to start closing down. But in the long run, will it really help GameStop? Will it really impact their stuff so much that this is a consistent thing that continues on and allows them to have a better profit margin? I don't really think so. But let me know in the comments section down below what you think of this situation. Like I said, supposedly the Elite Pro membership is ending on August 1st. So if you want to get in on this, you need to head to your GameStop on July 31st and renew your Elite Pro membership, or just get one in general, because this will be ending on August 1st. It looks like it's pretty confirmed, and honestly, it's a shame. Another great thing that was good for gamers is going down the toilet. Let me know what you think about the situation in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you check out other videos on the channel. I will keep you guys always updated on what is going on with GameStop, because I find them to be a fascinating company. It's simply the easiest way to go buy video games in 2018, because there's probably 20 within a 2-mile radius of your house. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.